Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
A long basketball season is set to start tonight for both of these teams, and for the Eagles of Heritage Christian, they'll get to enjoy the regular season opener on their very own court, taking on the visiting Bulldogs of Lapel High School, and it's all coming to you live right here on IndianaSRN. Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. By Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electrician serving Central Indiana. IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. Alongside the coach, Keith Myers, Jarrett Lewis with you here at Heritage Christian High School for our first basketball action of this season. And for the girls, first for the home team, the Eagles of Heritage Christian under their second-year head coach, Cassie Wiseman, trying to return to their winning ways, something that they're so used to doing. Last year, finishing 15-8, although losing in the sectional championship to Bishop Chatard 58-65, a very impressive team from last year. The Eagles will have to fill a lot of shoes And Coach Wiseman, in this very first game, is going to find out a lot about her team as this game gets rolling here tonight on their very own court, trying to take on the Lapel Bulldogs, who last year finished the year 10-11 and lost in the first round at the hands of Alexandria. So, Coach, one thing's for sure, we're going to see a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience from both of these schools, and we're probably going to see a lot of mistakes. The first game of the year, the coaches will have their work cut out for them here this afternoon.
Yeah, my second game of the season last week, we get to work the Central Christian Liberty Christian game was our first game. We got 190 games left on a season, but you look at this, the one thing I would emphasize is these girls have soccer legs, volleyball legs, not basketball legs. And talking with both coaches this weekend and this week, one of the things they said was they got to get in basketball shape ready. And you played this game of basketball. You understand the difference because you're running on your toes. You're looking for your head on a swivel, those type of things. But, you look at the Heritage Christian Ball Club, the athletic ability they have 4 or 5 of their players who was on that state championship volleyball soccer team who now a week later gets a week off because usually this game is played a week earlier. Now it's played here. So it'd be very interesting. When you talk to Lapel's coach, he's very excited about the youth because those kids have played together for such a long time, and his 2 girls that he's looking to do an outstanding job are ready to go. They're ready to play. They're suited up. I'm shocked you're ready. I mean, I noticed that your bag came in. You still had your football equipment because we got a couple more football games before our season officially ends for football-wise. But this should be a great basketball season for IndianaSRN, and we're glad that you joined us tonight here at Heritage Christian.
Yeah, IndianaSRN, we still got football games to finish up. We'll have regional action tomorrow, 2 games for you then. But for the time being tonight, we have girls basketball. We did mention Coach Weisman for Heritage Christian. She's entering her second year. On the other side, for Lapel, it's head coach Zach Newby. He's entering year number 4 at Lapel High School, an overall record of 43-26. Last season, we mentioned their record 10-11. That was their first losing season since the 2011-2012 year. So both of these girls' programs very used to winning, very used to being above 500 and trying to make deep runs in sectional play, although it's been a tough sectional to get out of for both of these teams. And for Heritage Christian, having such an impressive year last year, coming up just short against Bishop Chatard. And diving deeper now into this Eagles roster, they lose 4 of their top scorers from last year, and obviously the one that everyone was talking about last year was Ari Wiggins. She finished the year 27.5 points per game. She's now playing her college ball in Michigan. But 3 other players to talk about that graduated from Heritage Christian last year, including Courtney Lee, Tierney Brown, and Jasmine Williams. Those 4 players altogether made up 55 points of the 61.5 that Heritage Christian scored a game. That's 90% of the scoring. Needless to say, big shoes to fill for Heritage Christian this season.
And all 3 of those girls are playing big-time basketball in the next level. It should be very interesting to see what we have tonight. When you got 90% of your offense scored away, you got to improve a little bit. But we'll see.
We'll take our first break. Getting closer to action here at Heritage Christian High School between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. Girls basketball here on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back at Heritage Christian High School, home of the Eagles, along with the coach Keith Myers, Jarrett Lewis here for IndianaSRN. The first game for both of these girls' programs. Talked a little bit about Heritage Christian before the break. Now over to the visiting side and Lapel. You see them there wearing their road all black uniforms. Heritage Christian graduated 4 key players from last year, and for Lapel, the same situation. 3 solid seniors graduated last year, and those 3 seniors combined for 40 points a game. 30 points a game, excuse me. But still, Lily Daniels, Michaela McDowell, and Chloe Tucker, 3 girls that graduated for Lapel last year. And the returning leading scorer is Danae Haseman for Lapel. She averaged 8 points a game coming in as a junior. Very young rosters on both sides. For Heritage Christian, same scenario. Their returning scorer from last year is going to be Audrey Boer, who's a senior this year, but she only averaged 4 points a game. We talked about 90% of the scoring is gone for Heritage Christian. So who's going to step up and score for the Eagles? But the same can go for Lapel. Coach, keys to this one, it is the first game. What can we expect from both these ball clubs?
I think for Lapel, what they want to do is control the atmosphere and the whole entire game. They want to keep their opponent under 42 points. Now you say 42 points, that's not many. Girls basketball, first game of the year, if we get to 40, I'll be surprised. But if you keep them underneath 42 points, he feels, the coach Newby feels that he probably will win the game. They got to shoot 72% from the free throw line, which means they got to shoot the ball. And that means they got to go to the basket and draw those fouls. For Heritage Christian, protect your home court. They did a great job last year playing home games and winning big-time home games. They need to do the same today. They got the crowd over on the other side. You see the boys basketball team over there, the soccer team, the couple players back and forth. They'll get those guys in the game. If they can do that and control the pace of the game, I think the freshmen will settle down and do a very good job of playing this game. I'll be very interested to see how the freshmen will play tonight for Heritage Christian.
You talked about home court advantage, and it was a good mark set by Heritage Christian last year. 7-3 was their record playing on their home court. 5-3 away. And then the marks you talked about for Lapel, trying to shoot 72% from the free throw line, which is definitely a high mark from last year. They shot 63% at the charity stripe as a team and came away with 54 points a game, giving up 49 to their opponents. So marks that are set by Coach Newby. He wants to see improvement this year with his Bulldog squad. Last year, Heritage Christian, a much better scoring team, averaging nearly 62 points a game. Again, though, losing 55 of those to their 4 graduating seniors, Wiggins, Lee, Brown, and Williams.
The other thing that we have to look about is that now this is the 4th year in a row they have played each other. So now they're filling each other's oats. The seniors, the one senior that Heritage Christian has and that Lapel has, they know they've played each other for 4 years, so they know how that game will go. And it's a nice little rivalry. It's going to be fun. Nice crowd on hand. I tell you what, Lapel sold a ton of tickets because on our side that you don't see, there's a lot of people there. So it could be very vocal for the guys that are in the stripes tonight.
We might see more of the talking of the Lapel fans if there's bad calls on the court, because they are right below us. But we'll see the Heritage
bad
song.
calls. Come on now.
That's all right. You were an official once,
yes.
So you know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Okay, someone else we're going to see from Lapel, and she came away with 12 points a game, so she's actually the returning leading scorer for the Bulldogs, and that's Ashlyn Allman, a 3-sport athlete for the Bulldogs, kind of a stud and almost all 3 of them, and she is going to be playing in the paint. She'll be wearing number 42, as you can see the starting 5 sitting on the bench for the Bulldogs. So between Haseman and Allman, those 2 combined for 20 points a game last year. Those will probably be the 2 key players scoring-wise that the Bulldogs will present to us here tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. Hope that you sit back and enjoy. Grab a popcorn, get some Coke, settle in, and hope you got it on the big screen TV, because I'm sure we got some viewing parties tonight.
We'll see the starting lineups right now, and for the Bulldogs, we will see them. They're the visitors on the scoreboard. Their starting lineup looks like this. It's a junior guard, number 0, Kareth Renahan. Also, Rosemary Likens is playing a guard. She's a sophomore wearing number 1. Denia Haseman wears number 10, a junior guard. Annalise Stowe at one of the forwards is a sophomore wearing number 33. And Ashlyn Allman is the girl we just talked about. She'll be the girl in the middle wearing number 42. She is one of the seniors on this roster, and actually the only senior that is in the starting lineup for Lapel. We'll take one last break. Tip-off getting closer here from Heritage Christian High School on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tip-off inching closer here from Heritage Christian High School. Girls basketball between the Bulldogs of Lapel High School and the Heritage Christian Eagles. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. There's a look at the home team, the Eagles. They'll be wearing their home white uniforms, and for the first time, we see their starting lineup for this 2021-2022 girls basketball season.
I have a question for you. There's 3 Marshalls on the team. All 3 of them are going to start. Are you using their first name, or are you going to use their last name?
I could go with Marshall number 3.
Marshall number 2.
Or Marshall number 4.
Gotcha.
So Corinne wears 3, Grace is 4, and then Marshall number 23, or I could just say their first name. That might be the easiest.
Yeah.
But all 3 of them are starting just like you said.
How about the dinner table or the supper table or the breakfast table with mom? Mom coaches the JV team. Dad has no room in the kitchen for it. It's just the Marshall family.
So it's Corinne, Grace, and Jocelyn in the starting lineup, along with Kaya Cook and Audrey Boer. That's the starting 5 for Heritage Christian. The tip is controlled by Lapel, and we are underway from Heritage Christian.
And Heritage Christian starts with Mendeman.
Cut down the baseline, trying to thread the needle, and it's stolen away by the Eagles. Up the floor to one of the Marshalls. Nice passing around by Heritage Christian. Boer trying to beat her girl baseline. She hands off to the other Marshall, and her pass is batted out of bounds. That was Corinne on the drive.
I do not pity you at all tonight. This should be fun. I'll just sit back and see how many times you mess up.
Pass into the backcourt. Boer has it. Now she'll drive, and she beats Allman with the left hand, and the first score of the game going to Audrey Boer. Again, the leading scorer that is returning for Heritage Christian, but just 4 points a game, and Boer kicks off the season with the first points. 3-pointer from Lapel is no good. Too strong from Hazeman. Now up the floor, we get a foul, our first of the game, called against Lapel, and the Eagles will have it side out. The foul is on Kareth Renahan. She wears number 0.
You know, that 0's been a more popular. That number's come back. It used to fade away. It's now back. A lot of people, I see a lot of times on football.
Become a little bit more popular. Pass batted into the backcourt. Grace Marshall has it. Kicks it into the corner. A 3-pointer from the Eagles, and it's an air ball from Boer. But the pass is bad, and it's off of Lapel. And not ready for it was Rosemary Likens.
You know, again, you're going to see little mistakes early, I think, in this game, just because they're not used to playing basketball. You're going to see a lot of turnovers early. 2
early turnovers committed by the Bulldogs so far. Dump pass into the lane and met by 3 players was Corinne Marshall. And referees will step in and call a travel. Coach Wiseman might looking for a reach-in foul.
One official had the foul. One official called the travel first. First whistle gets the call.
Full court pressure and a
nice pass.
Football pass down the field. One pump fake, and that'll get the defender in the air, drawing the foul. Kareth Renahan of Lapel. Fouls against Heritage Christian's Jocelyn Marshall. Jocelyn and Grace with a foul each. Lapel trying to get on the scoreboard, and they do with the free throw from Renahan. Renahan last year 2 points a game, and she picks up 2 points on the free throws. Little pressure of their own from Lapel. Stolen away by the Bulldogs. A bad pass, Renahan able to track it down. Into the short corner. Bulldogs will swing it to the opposite end. Renahan cuts, kicks out. Three-pointer up for the Bulldogs, and that one misses. Teams are combined 0 of 3 now from 3. Nice play there by the Bulldogs to keep it in play. Annalise Stowe throwing it off of an Eagles player.
Nice hustle by Lapel to go get the ball, the loose ball. No one's really going after it at Heritage Christian. Nice pickup here. Got to guard this girl. She can knock him down here from three-point land.
That's Denia Hazeman, and she was standing nearly at the volleyball line. They dump it down into Allman, and she's trapped. Bulldogs try to get it back. Heritage trying to dump it down, but here's another steal. 3 players surrounding the driving Bulldog player. That was Allman, and she is going to draw a foul. She'll head to the free throw line.
Allman was not afraid to take all 3 of them on. So she'll be shooting 2.
Fouls on Corinne Marshall.
So Corinne has 1, Jocelyn has 1.
That is correct. Allman misses the first. 63% from the free throw line last year for Lapel, and right now they're 50%. Allman goes 0 for 2. Heritage can't clear it out. Looked like Crook got tripped up, and a foul's going to be assessed to Lapel. Fouls on Haseman.
That's Haseman's first foul, the team's second.
2 fouls now for each team. Bad pass tipped away. Renahan got her hand up there. They get a look here. Tap the key for Haseman, and she drills it.
Tell you what, you got to find a shooter. She can knock him down.
Haseman, a terrific scorer. Last year shot 37% from beyond the arc. Heritage able to break the press, and coming away with the points is Boer.
I like how they put the ball on the floor.
There were 2 players wide open down the floor, and Boer had her options. Hand check foul is going to be called against Audrey this time, and now she picks up a foul. Very active 2 teams here early on. Heritage has 3 fouls. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Substitution for Lapel, as their 6th man tonight is Madeline Pointer.
And I made my first mistake in my scorebook of the season.
What was that?
I added to my score wrong here.
That's why we got scoreboards in.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Trying to get it into Allman, but not much room to work with, and a bad pass. Another turnover committed by the Bulldogs. That's now 4.
Now, if you're Heritage Christian on this press, you want to put the ball in the middle of the floor to bounce the floor.
They get it towards the side in a collision.
Wow.
Between Haseman and Corinne Marshall.
That's her second.
And that'll force Coach Newby to bring in another substitution. This time it's Morgan Baker, a sophomore.
So we've had lots of turnovers, 6 fouls, and the score is 5-4.
Low-scoring affair. Weaving at the top, Boer gets open, and her three is wide. Now here come the Bulldogs the other way. Into the
nice
corner
move
for Pointer. She gave a shot fake, and Boer trying to beat her to the spot, and she's going to pick up her second foul.
I kind of like what Boer did there, but used the hands to push her off. That's a good call by the official.
Boer will have to take a seat. That'll bring in Jada Wilson, a freshman, seeing her first varsity action. Just under the halfway mark in this first quarter. Lob pass into Allman. Renahan from out of bounds has her shot blocked. Here's Kyra Crook. Trying to go coast to coast. She'll draw the foul and head to the free throw line.
That freshman's not afraid to take it to the hole, is she?
Kyra Crook, here's some she's a freshman chance from the Heritage Christian bleachers. No dribbles or spinning of the basketball. Crook is catch and shoot, although her first free throw is no good.
They call that foul on Albin if you're scoring at home. That's her first. And Crook missed both free throws.
First free throws for Heritage Christian tonight. But still a 5-4 ball game. Nearly a bad pass. Pointer was left open. Down low on the block, and she scores.
Carter a little late, but got it anyway.
Lapel sticking with the pressure. The Eagles were able to break it, but a bad pass and another turnover.
Lapel has subbed in 3 girls already, and we've not played five minutes yet.
This substitution is Jaylee Hubble. She's a junior. She wears number 12. 3 substitutions, like the coach said already. And just 1 for Heritage Christian. That's because Boer's in foul trouble. Pointer trying to create some space, but has to get rid of it.
Nice defense there.
Spinning around and losing the handle on it was Baker. Now we got 2 girls on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. Looks like the possession arrow favors the Eagles.
Looked like he was going to come up with a foul, and then they decided to go with the jump ball. Ball was loose. I would be happy with that as a coach. I'm okay with that.
More full court pressure from the Bulldogs.
Put the ball in the middle of the floor. There you go. Nice. Boy, she's got some speed.
That's just a freshman driving in, dumping it down, but Marshall couldn't come up with it. That was Grace. After a great drive by Wilson. Kick things out. 3-pointers up for Hubble. Off the back iron. Offensive rebound. Putback is good for Annalise Stowe.
Yeah, Heritage has gone almost 2 minutes without a basket.
Cross-court pass. Grace Marshall, tough take. No call. And an offensive putback on the other side for Heritage Christian. That was the freshman Wilson. A long scoring drought for the Eagles, and they finally score, and here's a steal. Corinne Marshall with the right hand, lays it in easily.
I liked how she pushed the ball up to her. That's very good basketball, good IQ.
Now over 10 combined turnovers between these two teams in this first quarter. Wild shot.
Oh, nice steal.
Ends up in a rebound for Crook. She'll take it all the way, and the Eagles now take the lead 10-9.
How quickly is that turnaround?
With the speed, we are seeing it from some very young players of Heritage Christian here so far. And now here they go again.
Got the baseline open. Knock that down.
Nice kick out in the corner. The three rattles out from Marshall.
Nice idea.
Jocelyn Marshall with that last three-point attempt. Up top, it's Hubble. As she drives towards the right and gets called for a traveling violation. Catch up on what's going on with the IHSAA Foundation. Subscribe to their newsletter, The Advocate. Send them an email at ihsaafoundation.org.
Glad that they're on board this season.
Football season getting close to wrapping up. Basketball following in its steps, getting things started. Dumping it down. Crook caught somebody and called for the foul was Pointer of Lapel. Now 5 different players for the Bulldogs with a foul. And heading to the line for Heritage Christian is Kaya Crook.
She's 0 for 2 tonight.
And now 0 for 3.
You're welcome.
Broadcaster's jinx.
I'm trying not to do that this season.
Just going to have to hold your tongue until after the second free throw attempt. But Crook, unfortunately, is 0 for 4. 35 seconds left to play in this first quarter. See if the Bulldogs opt to hold for one last shot and take up the duration of this clock. Pointer, double teamed.
Almost lost her balance there.
Lapel looking to stay aggressive, and it's going to cost them a turnover. Going the other way. And laying it in, Corinne Marshall. She's got 4 in the quarter. 3 seconds for Lapel. From the volleyball line, a deep three just off the mark from Rosemary Likens. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. 12-9 our score with the Eagles on top. A couple of turnovers leading to points for the Eagles, and they take the first quarter lead. This is girls basketball on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Second quarter starting right now from Heritage Christian High School. Eagles lead at 12-9. With the coach, Keith Myers, Jarrett Lewis with you here on IndianaSRN. Lots of turnovers as expected. The Bulldogs trying to start off quickly here. Well-designed play to get Allman the attempt. Allman goes back to the free throw line where she was 0 for 2. In the first quarter.
That's Grace Marshall's first foul of the night.
Nobody in foul trouble except for Boer. She picked up 2, and her second one was about halfway through that first quarter. And she's not out there right now to start this second quarter. For Heritage Christian, it's Corinne Marshall, Grace Marshall, Crook, Wilson, and the other Marshall, Jocelyn.
Altman knocks down both free throws.
She's now 2 for 4. Dangerous pass in the middle of the court. And Grace Marshall was well taken care of. Down low again to Allman, who might have a favorable matchup against Corinne Marshall. Over the back foul called or a push in the back rather, against Madeline Pointer. Pointer now has 2. Some early touches to start the second quarter down to Ashlyn Allman. Trying to cause some more turnovers here are the Bulldogs.
Again, the Bulldogs putting that pressure on.
Kind of in a diamond look.
Diamond 1.
They do break it. Tough pass, but she does give it away. That was Corinne, and she took a fall right in front of the lapel bench.
I like how Heritage Christian just balances the floor.
Boer's back in with her 2 fouls. She drives in, right side. A little bit of contact, but Boer comes up empty, and we get a jump ball. The possession arrow will keep it on this side of the court.
Yeah, what you don't want to do if you're a Boer, though, you don't want to reach and get that 3rd foul. You sit for a long time.
Sitting for most likely the rest of the first half. Coach Wiseman gets the out-of-bounds play in. It's into Crook. Nobody picking up the inbounder. That was one of the Marshalls, but the Eagles come up empty. Heritage Christian wanting a traveling call. Haseman from the top of the key again, this time too strong. She's 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. She gets it back, has it ripped away by Corinne Marshall. Marshall, nice pass. Short arming it though was Crook, and an empty fast break possession that time for the Eagles.
And I think that's just a freshman mistake. Kind of rushed the shot there. She's got plenty of time.
And a tough pass to make there as Allman was looking for a feed from Haseman. More forecourt pressure from Lapel. Eagles able to break it with some nice quick passes. Left alone down low is Crook, and this time she's wide open to put it in. Kaya Crook, just the freshman, now has 4 points. Corinne Marshall and Audrey Boer all have 4. Pass out of bounds, and it was last touched by Heritage Christian. Checking in for the first time for the Eagles is Molly Eckel. The senior will replace the freshman.
You know, around this game, as long as I have been, and players come up to you in the past, it's kind of cool to see some old faces here at Horizon.
You know this place awfully well, don't you, Coach?
Yes, sir.
A lot of familiar faces. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Heritage right now with a 3-point lead, trying to add on to it, and they will. Good made 3-pointer that time by Jocelyn Marshall, and she is into the box score for the first time.
You don't think she was feeling that one?
Jocelyn Marshall extends the Heritage lead now to 6. At one point, Lapel led by 4. And ever since then, it has been quiet offensive game for the Bulldogs.
Only down by 6, though, considering what it could be.
5 different scores for the Eagles. Haseman again from 3, and that one's deep.
Wow.
That's 3-pointer number 2.
You got to pick her up.
Denia Haseman has 6, and that's her spot. Boer will try to answer. In and out. Eckel offensive rebound, but she lost it. In the corner now. Switching spots, and Haseman strikes again.
She got another 3 there?
That's her third 3. She now has 9.
And just like that, we're tied.
A 6-point lead for the Eagles has evaporated. Backdoor pass. Nice find and 1. Grace Marshall with the finish. But how about the pass up top?
I have Grace Marshall with 6.
Marshall will head to the free throw line. See a substitution. Allman is going to check out. She has 2 fouls now.
That may hurt you.
And we'll see if Coach Newby opts to bring Allman back in at any point of this first half. Offensive rebound after the missed free throw. Ball still bouncing around, and Echo got fouled trying to get rid of it.
Tell you what, Echo has enough size, height-wise, that she can take over this ball game inside play. Molly has great foot speed, shoots the ball well, and she will be at the line shooting the bonus.
And it appears that foul is on Haseman, and that's
I have
number
her for 3. Yeah.
That is correct. She's going to have to take a seat. Coach Newby keeping Haseman out there, and unfortunately she's got 3 fouls. Timeout on the floor as Lapel has committed 8 fouls, so Heritage Christian will be in the 1-1 for the duration of this first half.
Stay updated with the ISHA Sports news at the sports page at IndianaSRN.org. Click on the green button, gets the updates, all the updates, and games like tomorrow night, as IndianaSRN will bring regional football action for you. Lafayette Central Catholic versus Cecina. That is a 7:30 start. Pre-game at 7:20. Jarrett and Kurt Darling on the call for you. And Mount Vernon versus Roncalli. That's a 7 o'clock start, 6:50. Jimmy Cook, Sean Crawl, and yours truly. I will be freezing on the sidelines.
A little sideline reporting, huh?
A little sideline reporting. Then don't forget Saturday, the 91st bell game. Hanover versus Franklin. A lot of fun in store for you on Saturday. And, of course, basketball for you tomorrow, Saturday night as well. Covenant Christian Traders Point, a 7:30 start. All that on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
So 2 regional football games for you tomorrow, and then the final edition of the Heartland Game of the Week. And the battle for the victory bell between Hanover and Franklin. Another missed free throw from Heritage Christian. And again, they get the offensive rebound, but they can't come away with points.
Fouls on Marshall.
Grace Marshall, that is her second. Echo missed the
Check,
free throw.
No, not Grace. Kara.
Corinne, that is right.
Corinne, sorry.
Has 2. Timeout called by Coach Newby as he sensed some trouble. Almost halfway through this first half, and it's still a close ball game.
A couple things changed in the game of basketball. If you haven't looked at the new score rule book, a mercy rule now in high school basketball. If you're up by 35 anytime during the game, the clock runs until you lower that to 35. If it's in the second half, the clock just continues to run. They have changed that for you. I think they've changed that in football, I think 3 or 4 years ago. They're trying that for basketball, see how that will go, because there are still some lopsided scores out there. That's new to the game. Also, the 30-second timeout, you can't go to the bench. You got to stand. You can't go sit anymore, and they're going to enforce that rule, and we saw they enforce that tonight. So coaches don't like that. They want their kids to sit.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that in the JV game, little miscommunication, I guess, and sitting down during the 30 seconds. But a quick timeout called here, and back to action. In the short corner, this shot too strong from Hubble. And now out and running again are the Eagles. Up the floor and getting fouled. Going up for the shot was Corinne Marshall. That's team foul number 9 against the Bulldogs. And for Heritage Christian, you're sitting pretty. If you're able to draw another foul upcoming, you could have most or a good chunk of this second quarter going to the line for 2.
Knocks down the first.
A couple of players to talk about now in foul trouble, and one of them is Pointer. She's the one taking a seat right now as Rosemary Likens checks back in for Lapel. Pointer has 3, Haseman has 3, and Allman has 2. No good on the second free throw, and we get an inadvertent buzzer. So Corinne was able to make the first, but she missed the second. And the Eagles again got another offensive rebound. Telegraphing the pass, and that was knocked back out of bounds by Lapel.
See the cheerleaders kind of scattered there. They don't want anything to do with that orange ball.
Corinne is the one to get it in. Out to Jocelyn. Jocelyn got it knocked out, so she gets her dribble back. Crossover move, loses the handle on it, and going to be called for traveling.
You know, that's a tough call because she maintained a dribble and then lost the ball. Maybe took that extra step. Lapel needs a basket here.
Points have been hard to come by for both Lapel and Heritage Christian. Here's a shot, nothing but net. And going down for the Bulldogs is Jaylee Hubble for the first time. Hubble is a 6th different scorer for Lapel. They swing it around up top. Boer gets an open look, and she cashes in. Audrey Boer has 7 points to lead the Eagles.
Was that a 3?
It was.
Wow.
Boer makes it a 4-point game for Heritage Christian.
Pretty impressive.
Trying to dump it down, but it's deflected away, and jump ball is the call. So luckily for Lapel, they get to hold on to it. But it was nearly a bad pass taken away. Renahan running the point for the Bulldogs. Extended pressure brought by Heritage Christian. Wide open in the corner. This 3 is going down for Lapel. That was Rosemary Likens, and she becomes the 7th different scorer.
And now just a 1-point lead once again. I tell you what, the most points was what, 5? But quickly erased both teams.
Eagles lose it out of bounds. It's a 1-point lead for them. A substitution brings Jada Wilson in, and Corinne will take a seat. She does have 2 fouls.
Yeah, give her a couple minutes rest. You might rest her the rest of the half.
4 made threes for Lapel, and just 2 on the other end for Heritage Christian. Trying to get another one here. They love the top of the key, and this time banking it home for the Bulldogs is Morgan Baker. And a little bit of a trend going for Lapel now as Baker becomes different scorer number 8. Trying to answer, and she does.
Boer.
That was Audrey Boer. She's got 9. Boer with 9, Hazeman with 9. The 2 leading scorers of this ball game. And a nice bounce for Lapel. Back-to-back threes. This time it's Jaylee Hubble.
She's got 5.
That's now 6 made threes for Lapel, and they lead by 3. Lapel side might have wanted to push off. Nice backdoor find. Doesn't get it this time. Crook nearly got the and 1, but she'll go to the free throw line where she is 0 for 4 so far.
Got the wing out there, did she? There we go.
First free throw goes down for Crook.
I got her for 3.
Catch and shoot again, just short. Another offensive rebound. That's got to be the 4th at least offensive rebound off a missed free throw from Heritage Christian. That's something that Coach Newby cannot be pleased with in their very first contest. 2 free throws this time for Jada Wilson, and she clinks the first one. That last foul going against Lapel's Morgan Baker. Wilson, too strong on the free throw. Has not been a highlight this first half free throw shooting, that is, for the Eagles. Foul in the backcourt called against
Boer.
If that's Boer, that's number 3. And it is, so Molly Eckel will have to check back in.
Well, Boer will sit for the rest of the quarter.
Foul trouble will be a topic of discussion when we
move your feet.
Go into the second half.
Exactly what she's going to say.
Free throw's no good. Eagles have been the much faster-paced team. Wild shot won't go down for Grace. And with a 2-point lead for Lapel, Coach Newby will see what he wants to do with 40 seconds left.
Got to bounce the floor.
A lot of weaving and dribble handoffs right now. It appears the Bulldogs could wind the rest of this 25 seconds. Trying to apply the pressure is Wilson and get a steal. Crook does get the steal. Takes it away. Layup is no good. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Well, Crook stole it away from Renahan.
And you saw the defense just put him closer and closer to that 10-second line. I would think one of the Marshall girls will probably take this shot.
Well, if you're looking at the box score right now, Corinne has 5 to lead all Marshalls. Jocelyn has a made 3. And Grace has 2 points. They got 5 seconds now to work with. It is Grace on the drive, in and out. Offensive rebound for Crook, no good. She gets it again, and Coach Weissman may have wanted a whistle before the clock expired, and for a moment I thought we were going to get one, but the referee step in and say no. No foul called. That's how the first half ends. 28-26. Bulldogs on top.
They scored 19 points in the second quarter.
Referees are talking about it for the moment, and Coach Newby right now is a part of the discussion. But both teams will head to the locker room. We now enter halftime from Heritage Christian High School. 28-26 our score with the coach, Keith Myers. Jarrett Lewis here. Back for second half action later on after this 10-minute halftime clock winds down. Girls basketball here on IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
I'm
I'm Sean Branch, and I am entering my 6th year of teaching 6th grade Math, Science, Bible here at Greenwood Christian Academy. I think every teacher in the world wants to have an impactful relationship with each of his or her students. Here at GCA, I get to know these kids. I get to have an impact on their lives because I know what they're interested in, I know what they're passionate about, I understand what they're dealing with and where they're coming from. I've had relationships and communications with their parents, and so I'm able to speak life into them in and out of the classroom, which is a real blessing. As a former student athlete myself, I never thought I would be able to use that part of my journey to impact so many people's lives, but now here at GCA as a coach, I can take my knowledge of sport and use it as a ministry to help these young people.
Learn the story.
Love the story.
Live the story.
Hi, my name is Chris Cross, and for the last 6 years I have taught elementary at GCA, and I'm currently transitioning into an administrative role. 4th grade students are often struggling with who they are and how they relate to others. Being an elementary teacher, I have been able to speak God's truth into the lives of students just in an everyday manner. Just for example of tattling or gossiping and going into God's Word and saying, how does this word, God's Word, speak into this relationship? How do we use it? What do we do? And the greatest thing is that I've seen those kids take those pieces of information, put them into practice, and also teach their other fellow students. Out at recess, I've heard them say, well, what do you think God would say about this? And to me, that's the greatest thing that can happen here.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. It is halftime between the Eagles and the Bulldogs of Lapel High School. 28-26 is our score. With the coach Keith Myers, Jarrett Lewis with you here on IndianaSRN. Thanks so much for tuning in. It was a 19-point second quarter for the Bulldogs. After just coming away with 9 in the first quarter, Heritage Christian led after one, 12-9. And Heritage Christian only scoring 14 points in the second quarter isn't too bad, but giving up 19 to Lapel, I'm sure, is a topic of discussion for Coach Wiseman in the halftime locker room. A couple of other things we noticed in that first half of play, Coach. Again, we are expecting it being first game of the regular season. Going to have some turnovers, going to have some sloppy fouls. And Lapel had 10 team fouls almost halfway through that second quarter of play. So their defense is probably something that Coach Newby is wanting to see a step up here in the second half coming up.
I think Coach Newby will probably tell his starters to be more relaxed, but we'll see how deep his bench will be, because if they continue to put the pressure, he has 3 girls in foul trouble with 3 fouls. You only get 5 in high school basketball. It could be interesting. One of those players, really a kid that needs to be on the floor just because of the inside presence that she develops with Ashley Allman. You know, a little sloppy, as you mentioned, but, you know, 28-26, I would take that for the first game of the year, see what happens, and see what the second half brings you.
We will see what the second half brings us when we come back. We'll take a break. 28-26 our score from Heritage Christian on IndianaSRN.
Back at Heritage Christian High School, 28-26 Lapel and Heritage Christian. Lapel leads by 2. Don't forget to join us tomorrow evening. It is our regional coverage of high school football. Only a few games left. We get 2 of the Big 12 that are playing tomorrow. Lafayette Central Catholic and Cecina. Mount Vernon versus Roncalli. The Lafayette Central Catholic Cecina game, a 7:30 game, moved because of the Indianapolis school traveling up north to 65. Jarrett Lewis will be leaving his class about 1 o'clock to head up there for the 2.5-hour drive to have production meeting and all those things. Join Sean Crawl and Jimmy Cook and myself at Mount Vernon as we will be doing the Roncalli Mount Vernon game. Then Saturday, a game that we've been looking for all year, the HCAC.TV IndianaSRN Game of the Week. Hanover, Franklin, they have played only 90 other times. This is the 91st one. It is a great day. Cannot wait. And don't forget, we also have girls basketball for you Saturday night as well as Covenant Christian and Traders Point. That rivalry continues. And then a lot of games in store for you throughout the year. This is game 2 of 188. So hang loose. There will be some games on the network of IndianaSRN. Tonight, real quick, want to thank our executive producer, Ben Wood, is on tap tonight. Greg Smith, our guys that's calling the 1 and 2s, and Micah Ware, the rookie, take off his rookie stripes. This is his first basketball game. Done a nice job. Here's Jarrett calling the second half.
Thank you, Keith. Second half underway here from the home of the Eagles, and it will be the Eagles to begin things off. Boer trying to strike early with a 3, and we get a foul going to get the basketball, and it was actually Allman who came away with it, but she is going to get tabbed for the foul, and that's her 3rd. A quick 3rd foul picked up, and that is bad news for Coach Newby and company.
Here goes the pick.
Trying to set a screen for Boer. Cutting, nice cut, nice find, but coming up empty on the layup. That was Jocelyn Marshall.
Got to get a little bit stronger there. Got to put the ball up on top of the net, the goal.
And now Lapel for the first time offensively in this second half. Over the top, they get it down to Allman, and there to clean it up after the miss was Annalise Stowe. She had just 2 points in the first half, and she gets the first scoring of the second half. Pass out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Eagles.
Morrisville High School 27, Lawrence North 15. That's halftime in girls basketball. Just a couple of miles down the street from us.
Lawrence North is a team that's playing tomorrow in football, but they got to take on the number 1 team, Center Grove.
Number 6 team in the nation. What a task.
Trojans have looked unstoppable this year. Lawrence North coming off a nice sectional championship last week on the road at Lawrence Central. A rivalry game there in Lawrence Township goes in favor of the Wildcats. Turnover here from Heritage Christian. Up top, this is Renahan. Her three's no good. Boer with the long rebound. Eagles for the 3rd time have it on this end of the floor. Marshall finds Boer, and the first points of this second half to Audrey Boer. She led the team with 9, and now she's in double digits with 11.
I like Boer's patient underneath the basket. Called for the ball, got the ball, then put it on the cup.
Boer is the lone girl on the court in double figures for Lapel. Their leading scorer is Denia Haseman. And here is Haseman driving in, drawing the foul. Count the bucket. She'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
So, Grace Marshall, that's her second I have for her tonight.
So Haseman scores her first points that aren't via the three-pointer. And she responds from Boer getting 11. She now has 11 of her own.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Trying to get 12 here with this free throw. 61% shooter from the stripe last year, and her first free throw of this year goes down. Jocelyn Marshall bringing it up for the Eagles. Kicks it into the corner. Up top, Boer gives a shot fake. Nearly got it to go and able to draw the foul. Boer last year was second on the team in free throw shooting at 65%.
Stoll on the foul for Lapel, her first. Boer knocks down the first.
It's 3 separate players with 3 fouls for the Bulldogs. Boer goes 2 for 2. She's got 13 of the 30. Bulldogs holding on to this lead. Screens up top for Hubble. She has to kick it back out. A push from behind from Corinne Marshall. You can see the Eagles defenders trying to take a play out of Lapel's book and apply some on-ball pressure. There was a lot of full court pressure from Lapel in that first half. We haven't seen any of that yet, and the Eagles were able to break it. And they had a lot of steals of their own, but those are mostly coming off some bad passes from the Bulldogs. Rebound down low to Crook, and she clears it out. Into the corner, Wilson, a bad pass, and she couldn't hold on to it.
Right idea. Boy, she's quick, isn't she? She can get up and down the floor.
Crook and Wilson just freshmen. And they have gotten some quality time in their first varsity action ever. Falling down was Boer. Lapel can't take advantage of it, and it's nearly a turnover. Renahan fakes the pass. Nicely done, but can't finish the layup, and we get a foul underneath the basket, and it appears it's going against Heritage Christian. And it's on Boer, and that's number 4. Audrey Boer picks up her 4th foul. And with that, we see a timeout called on the floor from Lapel. It's just a 30-second timeout. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Boer, the only one in foul trouble for Heritage Christian with those 4. Corinne and Grace Marshall each have 2. Foul trouble is something more to talk about on the side of Lapel.
You know, but Lapel's bench has done fairly well and has played fairly well deep. And, you know, maintaining this lead, you know, you get up all those fouls and you're still up by 3. You feel pretty good about it.
Coach Newby has seen 8 different girls hit the court, and all 8 of them have scored. Trying to score again is Hazeman. Her 3 is off. She had 3 of them in the first half. She's 3 of 5. Now 3 of 6 after that shot. And Crook, her shot doesn't go, but she is able to draw a foul. Foul is on, that was number 1, Rosemary Likens. Crook at the free throw line. A game to forget.
She's 1 of 6. 1 of 7.
On the other side, Bulldogs going from left to right. Jocelyn stepping out on defense. Over to Renahan in the far corner. Kicking it out. Nice passing by the Bulldogs. Won't result in points. And luckily for Grace Marshall, she lost it, but it was tipped out by Lapel. The rest of the scoring for Heritage Christian, Corinne and Kaya Crook each had 5 in the first half, 2 points apiece from Wilson and Grace Marshall, and 3 points added by Jocelyn. Their leading scorer right now, Audrey Boer, with 13. Molly Eckel has it. Jocelyn connecting with Grace, a running hook shot doesn't go, but last touch by Likens. Over halfway through this third quarter, Eagles only 4 third quarter points so far. And then again, just 5 for Lapel. Step back 3, no good from Jocelyn, and a tough rebound down low made by Annalise Stowe.
That's a foul you should not have. That's 70 feet away from the basket as Grace Marshall reached. You got to just back off there a little bit.
Grace has 3 fouls. 2 substitutions coming in for Lapel. Madeline Pointer, who has 3 fouls, and Morgan Baker. Taking a seat for Heritage Christian is Grace with those 4 fouls.
Jones checks in the game for Heritage Christian. First time she's been on the floor.
She wears number 20, the junior. Lapel still hanging on to this lead, which they have had for most of this game. And a bad pass stolen away, going the opposite end of the floor, trying to get it down low was Jocelyn, looking for Crook. And that stops the clock right on the dot. 3 minutes left to go. A lot of threes on the scoreboard. Crook driving in. Well, she has looked impressive for a freshman, and she is fearless, going right to the bucket.
Coming off the dribble, does a nice job. Has that little hook release.
Crook has 7. And now getting a steal is Jones. Jones for 3. Left it short. And out of bounds when she tried to throw it back in was Jocelyn Marshall.
Crook's mom used to play for Heritage Christian.
How about that?
Julie played many years ago. Won a state title with the Heritage Christian Eagles.
Couple of state championships to talk about in girls basketball.
Just a few, just 7.
Just a few. Driving in and getting bumped right around the free throw line was Pointer of Lapel.
I was talking to Coach Wiseman about that. She has one of them, but her sister, who is her assistant, Claire, had 4 during her career. So Claire has one up on her.
Little family affair with Heritage Christian. Getting fouled is Crook, and boy, she gets the basketball, and she's
going.
Looking to go. She got fouled by Renahan.
She has 2 on the night.
Likens is going to check in for Renahan. You see her taking a seat there. Eagles have cut it down to 1. Jocelyn gets a screen from Crook, taking it all the way herself, and the layup is no good. It's going to be a tough shot to make. Likens brings it across. Catch and shoot. Three-pointer too strong from Hubble. And here goes Crook again. Kind of shuffles her feet a little. No call. Jones' 3 is short.
She might have got away with the travel there.
Maybe a little antsy.
Mm-hmm.
Pointer, top of the key. Tries to dump it down, and Molly Eckel is right there to take it away. Coach Wiseman wants her team to slow things down. Haven't seen the Eagles run through a set in quite some time. They have gotten the ball, and they've gotten it out, especially when Crook has it. Spinning around in the lane is Marshall. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for Eckel. She kicks things out. Wilson will drive in. Can't use the backboard.
How about Eckel with the steal down at this end, and then the rebound. Just couldn't cash it in. That's we're underneath 45.
Bulldogs now under 40 seconds.
I think you'd be satisfied here to take the one shot.
And they have been doing that in the previous 2 quarters.
You go here with 12.
Right now it's Stowe. Eckel out on her.
Now with Heritage, you don't want to draw a foul here. Just play straight up defense.
Likens.
Oh.
A lane to take it all the way. And the defense broke down for Heritage Christian. 3rd quarter buzzer sounds. And the Bulldogs will head to the 4th and final quarter. Up 3, 35-32. Just 8 minutes left to go to decide this one from Heritage Christian High School on IndianaSRN. Back here at Heritage Christian High School with the Bulldogs. They led at halftime 28-26 and now lead 35-32 with the coach Keith Myers. Jarrett Lewis on hand. Your 2nd girls basketball action on the year. My first girls basketball game, and it has been a close one. From start to finish, we haven't finished yet. We got 1 more quarter to go.
And if you like to become an official, just like Dave Howard, you can do that very easily by contacting Sandra Walters at the Indiana High School Athletic Association office or the ihsaa.org/officials. Get involved, stay in shape, and play. Well, not play, but get involved in the game. It's IndianaSRN. It's high school basketball. Become an official. Thank you.
Fourth quarter gets underway. A missed shot from the Bulldogs. And Marshall will opt to reset.
Boer checked back in the game.
Jocelyn has 3. She hands off to Corinne. Corinne spinning around. They call it for a carrying violation.
She lost control of the basketball on that side, Jarrett, and then she tried to pick it up with that carry. Good call. Boy, boy, you had an open lane.
A lot of turnovers tonight in this one. Last year, Heritage had 12 a game. A different story for Lapel. They averaged 19 and a half turnovers during the 2020-2021 season. Getting pushed, and giving the push was Corinne, and Hazeman nearly falling over with the basketball. If that's on Corinne, that's number 3. Actually, it's number 4.
I have it for 4, yep.
Yeah, that is number 4. So Corinne, Marshall, and Audrey Boer with 4 each.
And that's, that's your scoring there.
Corinne has 5, and Boer has 13. Boer is into the ballgame with those 4 fouls. And also back in is Allman. It's been tough to score for her in the paint. She does draw the foul. But Heritage Christian right now has just limited Allman to 2 points.
And now I have 4 on Grace Marshall. Is that correct?
It is.
Boy, they're in foul trouble.
3 players with 4. We were talking so much about Lapel being in foul trouble, but now it's Heritage Christian. That's the 17th foul on the Eagles as well, so it's 1 in the bonus the rest of the way for Lapel.
Altman knocks down to first.
Misses the second. She's got 3 points. Allman is the returning leading scorer. She had 12 a game last year. Wilson drives baseline. Tries to throw it over to Boer. Bad pass from Boer, stolen away by Pointer.
Give and go was just not there.
Bulldogs lead by 4.
You'll see them being very patient on the floor now.
Cutting across the lane is Allman. Gets her own rebound and puts it back in. Allman has come away with the last 3 points, the only one to score so far in the quarter.
Now you're down by 6. You need scoring.
Crook nearly loses the handle on it, dumps it down to Grace, who somehow gets the shot to go. Not only gets it down, but uses the backboard to put it in. Grace Marshall picks up point number 4. Hazeman, catch and shoot. That's her spot, but she misses it this time. Allman, another offensive rebound, and referees say she bobbles the basketball around, and that's why there was no whistle, but Allman now has all 5 points in this fourth quarter. Short is shot. Shot is short. Mixed.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Just one letter got mixed around there.
That's okay.
And the whole phrase.
It's your first game of the year. It's okay.
That's right. That's right. I'm still a rookie, I guess. Allman clearing space, and now she has 7 in the quarter.
And 7 in the quarter, and she was quiet, and all of a sudden she has made a name for herself.
Just 2 points in the first half and 9 total. Coach Wiseman is going to want to call a timeout. It's an 8-point lead all of a sudden for the Bulldogs. 5:01 left to go in the fourth quarter here on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
The senior Ashlyn Allman has come alive in this fourth quarter. 7 of her 9 points have come in just shy of 3 minutes of play. 5:01 left to go in this fourth quarter with the coach Keith Myers, Jarrett Lewis here on IndianaSRN. Thanks so much for tuning in. You're probably watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Hit that red button. And also follow us on Twitter so you're kept up to date with all the games that we are doing throughout the week. 2 regional football games for you tomorrow night. And then the final Heartland game of the week on Saturday. Quick pass and a tip-in from Crook. Lapel's on the floor. And it looks like as the Bulldogs got possession, they get a timeout called by Coach Newby. So 5 seconds go by, and we get another timeout. But the Bulldogs, right now from here on out, possessions are going to be crucial. Probably want to take off as much clock as you can and get good-looking quality shots. Don't want to force anything. Don't want to commit any more turnovers and allow Heritage to cut into this deficit.
I give the ball to Altman. She's the hot hand. Give her the ball. You know, the 8-point lead. If you're Heritage Christian, what you got to really do is play some tough defense, and then you got to look for other players to get involved in the game. I think Boer is probably going to press a little bit, but she's the shooter you have on the floor. But the balance that they do have could be very interesting here. I thought they were going to press here, but they're not. They're going to put it back. So we'll see what happens here in the next 4 minutes and 57 seconds.
Keep in mind the players with 4 fouls for Heritage Christian, Corinne and Grace Marshall and Audrey Boer. All 3 of those girls are starters. Boer right now guarding Haseman.
This is exactly what Lapel wants to do. Take some time off the clock. There she
bring
is.
Eckel in, but like you said, Coach, get it down to Allman. She now has 9 fourth-quarter points.
Now it's a 10-point lead. Still possible, but you need to score on every single possession and play some defense.
And it looks like Coach Weissman can't wait any longer. She wants to bring Corinne and Grace back into the ball game. Bad shot by Jocelyn Marshall, and the three-pointer's no good. The largest lead of the game so far for Lapel, and it couldn't have come at a better time for them.
Here she goes.
Allman doesn't win the matchup there with Crook, although she may have had the advantage. And a reach-in foul called against Pointer.
How about the freshman, though, bodying her up and played pretty good defense there.
Kaya Crook, just the freshman, has 7 points.
Now Pointer has her 4th foul. Here comes the scoring.
Corinne and Grace have combined for 9 points. But they also right now have combined for 8 fouls. Here's the other Marshall in Jocelyn. Swings it over to Boer. Takes a couple of dribbles and nearly uses the backboard to put it in. Still a lot of time to go in this one. For Heritage Christian, you don't necessarily need
the
to
three.
see a 3. That's right.
But you do need the defense down. They're almost double teaming Altman down underneath, and now they just go man.
And right now, Grace Marshall has switched on to Allman, but Lapel taking valuable seconds off the clock. They do double team Allman, but that doesn't matter. Ashlyn Allman, 11 fourth-quarter points. She has all of the scoring in this quarter for Lapel.
I think she might be the star of the game, huh?
I think so, too. And how about just 2 first-half points? And now has put herself in that discussion. Picking up the pivot foot was Corinne Marshall, and a turnover from Heritage Christian. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs. Another timeout called by the Eagles. 46-34. We'll take a break. Girls basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique, You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Just 2:43 left to go in this fourth quarter. Lapel has continued to extend their lead. It's now at 12 points thanks to 11 fourth quarter points so far from Ashlyn Allman. She has taken over in this ball game. Out of the timeout called by Coach Wiseman, we now see some pressure applied into the backcourt. Heritage will have to get a little bit more aggressive and possibly take some risks. But the Bulldogs have done a tremendous job of getting point-blank shots go in for Allman this time. May have gone off of her foot.
Boy, I tell you what, though, that's the sixth time down the floor that they were just looking at her. She has had the ball 6 times this quarter and scored.
Game plan seems to be crystal clear for Lapel. This three-pointer goes down for Jocelyn Marshall, her second of the game. Down to a 9-point deficit. Up the floor, Lapel breaks the press. Haseman sees a double team. Under 2 to go. Allman drives baseline. Takes some contact, points her offensive rebound.
Got to crash the boards. Oh, nice. Just bring it back out. Reset it. Good job by the Lapel Bulldogs.
90 seconds left to go. And a foul up top as Renahan had it, and she took it from Kyra Crook. Just the first foul against Crook. She's the only one not in foul trouble. But that does put Renahan at the line, 1-1. So far tonight, just 2 points for Kareth Renahan, a junior. Free throw is in and out. Eagles have to work quick. Here's Boer. Catch and shoot, no good. Long rebound out to Pointer. Heritage has to foul, and before that, Coach Newby sneaks in a timeout. His team up 9 with 1:13 left to go on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
So 73 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs right now sitting in the driver's seat. Get it in. Renahan now will bring it back out. And that foul from Grace Marshall, unfortunately for her, is number 5. A situation where you have to foul and stop the clock as soon as possible.
She leads the game with 8 points.
Renahan goes back to the line. She was the last girl to shoot 1-1, and she missed the front end. Few substitutions, possibly offense for defense for Coach Newby. Renahan again misses the front end. Heritage picks it up, and they have just a minute left to go. Down low, Corinne Marshall, shot fake and left it well short. A great move initially. Lapel was last to touch it, so the Eagles still have it. Down low, Wilson will try to get it in. Into Boer.
Oh!
Wild shot, does force the foul.
I like that, though. Aggressive play.
And immediately Boer gets the basketball and is looking to make something happen, and she does right there, drawing the foul against Lapel, and that was against Madeline Pointer, and now she is out of the game with 5.
She ends the game with 2 points.
Allman checks back in. She's down low looking to get this rebound. Boer makes the first. That's just the 6th point of this quarter for Heritage Christian, and they have 12 in the second half altogether. Now 13 as Boer makes it a 7-point ball game. Full court press in effect here, and they get the steal. Heritage Christian outside, 3-pointer off the mark from Boer, but down low it's the freshman Jada Wilson who gets the offensive board.
How about this? Plenty of time.
Wilson just has 2 points. She missed a free throw earlier in the first half. But she makes it this time, and now a 6-point game.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Move your feet on defense. Got them both.
2 clutch free throws from Jada Wilson. Down to a 5-point game. Foul against Crook as Renahan was trying to get around her. And a bad spot to be in if you're the offense. You have the baseline to deal with as well as the defender. Crook picks up foul number 2, stops the clock at 39.9.
But you found the right girl because she is 2 for 4 in the line.
Renahan has her only 2 points from the free throw line. Those were in the first quarter. But since then has missed 2, and now she has missed 3 in the worst spot. Renahan, second free throw, a couple bounces, also no good. Still a 5-point game. Around the back, dribble from Marshall. Shot is off the mark from Wilson. Tough rebound down low, but she loses it for the moment, and it's a jump ball down low, forced by, I believe it was Jocelyn Marshall who got in there.
I think that was a quick 3. I think you go for the 2 here.
Before we see any play, it's a timeout called by Heritage Christian, a full timeout. We'll be back with 27.1 left to go.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, Become a role model for our young student athletes. Earn extra money and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Coach Wiseman puts in the timeout for Heritage Christian. Just one left for them as they trail by 5, 46-41. They do have the basketball down underneath after the jump ball. It'll be Jocelyn Miller to get it in. A box look here from the Eagles.
Look at Booher, number 14. She's going to release, get the ball at the top of the key.
And she's still there. As Corinne dribbles it around, and a bad pass down low, trying to get it to Crook, who has to foul quickly after the turnover. And maybe the dagger right there after that turnover, although you do put Renahan back at the free throw line, and that has not been a friendly place for her.
Right now I have her of just 2 of 6 tonight.
Free throw shooting hasn't been great by either team. Although Heritage Christian is 4 of 4 in this quarter. And in the second half altogether, 6 of 8.
How about knocking down that one? That's a big one.
It is a big one. Renahan puts down the first. But can't put down the second. She does extend the lead out to 6. 13 seconds. Step back from Jocelyn is no good. Wilson comes in for another offensive board, and she gets bumped.
I'm impressed with Wilson. The freshman has taken some hits down underneath the basket. 9 seconds left. I've seen some weird stuff in this game. It's still plenty of time.
2 free throws.
Nah, smart move by the coach. Nah, yeah, he's going to put it back on the line. I thought that was going to be pretty smart, but if you miss it, you go up and you get 2.
Yeah, it is a 1-and-1. Wilson was not in the act of shooting. Nothing but net on the first from Wilson. She's got 5 points. 3 of those have come from the charity stripe.
Well, you want to keep her under 42. They just got 42 with 9 seconds to go, so you really achieved your goal here.
Wilson also cans the second. Back to a 4-point deficit with just 9.1 left to go. Don't go anywhere. 47-43 our score from Heritage Christian.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Not much time to work with for Heritage Christian. Just 9.1 left to go. Lapel does have the basketball. So looking for a quick steal. If not, going to have to foul immediately.
Double pass. 5 seconds. Now the clock should still only have 9.1 seconds.
And it probably started when they made that pass. Don't see that very often at the high school level, but Lapel does try it out. We'll get 9.1 back up on the game clock.
That's a great job by the clock keeper and by the officials. Paul down there, it's the clock keeper. Paul's been doing clock here for a long, long time. And now with 9.1, now you got a 3, and you got 1 30-second timeout. It's still possible.
Don't necessarily have to go for the 3 either.
No, you don't.
If you get a quick 2.
You get a quick 2.
We'll see what Heritage Christian goes with. They go with the lob pass, and it comes up empty. Crook came off a screen, and the pass was just too high for her.
Chalk that up for not experience. Lack of experience. I mean, you look at this roster, they're young, this Heritage team.
We've seen 3 freshmen in this game, being Crook, Wilson, and Jocelyn Marshall. And Grace Marshall is the only senior. First free throw is a miss from Haseman. She's got 12 points to lead Lapel. And is able to make it 13 in a 5-point game. A long pass down the court. A couple dribbles and a shot from Marshall. 3 is in and out. Rest of the clock winds down. That foul will not matter. And the final score, 48-43. The Bulldogs open up the regular season with a win on the road here at Heritage Christian. And what a fourth quarter it was for Ashlyn Allman. She finishes the game with 13, tied with Haseman to lead the Bulldogs. 11 of those points came in the fourth quarter for the senior, and the Bulldogs end up on top 48-43.
Yeah, great ball game. Saw some future stars, I do believe, on both teams. And Allman was the key in the fourth quarter. Got aggressive, got the ball, and they fed her the ball very, very well. Great ball game indeed. Just a tough loss for the Eagles, but they'll go right back at it.
And it will be a tough stretch upcoming for Heritage Christian. Their next 4 games will be on the road, and their next game upcoming is this weekend. On Saturday, they will be at Pendleton Heights. Same for Lapel. They also will be playing on Saturday at Northeastern, and they have 3 road games to start off the year here at Heritage Christian, and then the next 2 also on the road for Lapel, who start off the season 1-0. For the rest of our crew, our cameraman Micah Ware, our producer Greg Smith, and for my broadcast partner, the coach Keith Myers, I'm Jarrett Lewis saying so long for now. Again, your final score, 48-43. The Bulldogs win it here on girls basketball on IndianaSRN. Regional football for you tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that here on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.